Hello there, and welcome to everyone, all agents all over the world. We've got a nice cross section with us today from different parts of the world, and we're recording this presentation to be able to forward this to others that can't join us today. This presentation is all about using the booking system from a technology perspective, I think is the best way to put this. Hopefully you can see the screen okay, but I've put up a few different guides and websites and events that we're working with or soon will be working with providing technology. So we're used to, at the moment, we're used to working as booking agents. And people can come onto the website and book, as you know, and you can then create your private areas, private booking areas within the website, which basically allow you to concentrate on specific events and also allow clients to be treated personally, have the event tailored around their needs and their wants and their likes and negotiated rates and upgrades and added value and, everything else in one particular area. Now, what we've found and the feedback over the last 6 to 12 months has been loud and clear regarding this. There is a desire out there in the marketplace for our technology. Now, our technology is in the actual intellectual property of the booking system, how it works, how hotels upload rates and availability, how the client sees that, how it's linked to their particular page, and how we can further develop that technology. Now, at the moment, you're providing a full service option. That full service option means you go out to the event organizer or festival, conference, and you negotiate with them and you work for them and you do all the work. You link the website, you upload the hotels, you select the hotels, you negotiate the rates, you negotiate the added value. You are the one. You are the main link and the main point of contact. You add tremendous value to the event organizer's event, and you add value to the hotels because you're doing all the hard work for them. You're essentially coordinating the whole booking and putting it together so it's streamlined and all the hard work is done, and an email just arrives at the hotel where they can actually process that particular booking. So that's great. So let's refer to that as the full service option. But more and more of you as agents are giving me feedback, and have done for some time, that there is a great need out there by some of your partnering organizers, meeting planners, and in some case hotels that are just looking for the technology. The meeting planners and organizers or the convention centers may already have relationships with hotels. They're already receiving commissions, which is why some of the time you'll get turned down by them. They don't want to work with you because they've already got the deal. It's not that they can't see you adding value. The problem is that they have to share their 10% commission with you. They don't want to do that because for them, even though it might take a little bit of extra time for them doing it manually, it's still worthwhile. If they do 2, 3, 4, 500 bookings, then basically what happens is, they're going to pick up several thousand in commission, maybe tens of thousands in commission from every single event that they do. So we thought long and hard over the last year really about what we do. Do we remain steadfast that, this is what we do? We don't offer another option. We just offer this option, and we miss out on all that other business that goes on. Or do we take a bit of an Expedia approach to business, I guess? And the Expedia approach to business is that if we have a hand in everyone's business, if we get a percentage of all business that's going through, whether we're working on it as a full service opportunity or we're just providing the technology to them and taking 2 to 4% from the booking and allowing them to keep their 6 to 8 to 10% that they negotiated directly, would that be such a bad option? And the answer is no. It's revenue that we're all missing. And invariably, I think if you start working with an event on a technology only basis, that it would lead to a full service opportunity or even perhaps a partial service opportunity, which can give you the opportunity to negotiate a higher commission or a shared commission based on the level of work that you have to put in to that particular event. So it's kind of working the opposite way around. Rather than starting to say, okay, well, look, we're going in with a full service option, we get 10%, and I'm going to give you 2% as the event organizer. For some of these events, like I said before, that already have commission that they're earning, they want to keep there, but they don't mind giving you 2 or 4% or even possibly 5% if they see that they're going to have access to this technology. And this technology is going to help them book 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and make them even more money. Or as a partial service option, give you the opportunity of being able to help them. Now, this is a different business model to the Hotels TV business model, although it's very similar. We are treating it as a separate entity as such, so it needs to be treated as a separate entity. So, because you're still based around a full service option, you're based around being the destination representative on Hotels TV. But the reason I wanted to introduce this is because I think there is an opportunity for you to make more money by also being able to offer the technology as a separate business opportunity for you. Now, when you offer technology, you can offer this with a setup fee incorporated as well as a commission earning. There is also a support fee to be paid depending on the level of business that's being generated by these event organizers. So what that means is that you can receive an upfront fee. For example, what we would do is we will charge an event approximately $2,500 initial fee as a setup fee to use our technology, of which that will be shared with you, the agent in the location who is selling this opportunity to these events. So you will receive 50% of that amount in cash, and Hotels TV receives 50% of that. We provide a separate login area, separate to your business. The event organizer has their own login area, and I've set up a demo site here where they have specific privileges, not open privileges, to allow them to upload their hotels themselves and to manage their content themselves. So as I said before, this is not the full service Hotels TV franchise model. This is a technology model where we say to these events, okay, fine, you don't want to work with us, I understand. You get the commission, I understand. So what about if we just provide you the technology and we give you help files and everything you need to allow you to upload your own hotels, your own rates, your own availability, and simply use the system. But you're going to give us effectively 4% from your event and you keep the rest. You pay an upfront fee, you get a login, and you get everything you need to operate for that specific event. and they sign up to that for 12 months. So they use the one profile. If they have multiple events, then they sign up multiple times and they pay multiple fees based on the type of events. So they are licensing the use of the technology, of which you are in the ideal position as our locally based agents in cities around the world to be able to roll out to existing customers that you've already been speaking to that you haven't won their business. And it's likely that if you haven't won business with an event organizer, it's because of the fact that they want to keep their commission. They do want technology, they need technology, but they don't want it at the cost of the commission. Now, in addition to this, we have the ability to service hotels. Hotels don't have their group or an event booking system. What they have is they have their normal website, they have their best available rates or advanced purchase rates, and people can come along and they can book. But if that particular hotel has a specific event, just like we deal with day in, day out, and that hotel has been approached by the event to book multiple rooms or a meeting or a conference, or think about corporate rates. Think about a company that has negotiated rates and now has an account with that hotel, and that has 250, 300 different people staying with it throughout the year. They can set up a private booking area just like this specifically for their own use, for their own clients. Once again, this doesn't cannibalize or eat into your particular business market because you weren't going to get this business anyway. This business has gone directly to the hotel and the hotel is managing this. You already have relationships with the hotel, so now you can license it to them and allow them to be able to use it, and they provide 2 to 4% of their booking commission for the use of the technology. So number one is events and individual events that can use it. Number two is hotels that can use it directly. Now the third opportunity we have in your city are websites. Now, we've been recently approached directly by this particular website, girlsguidetoparis.com. It's a fantastic website. It's a niche market. These people receive 75 to 100,000 unique visitors per month. And currently, they do not have a hotel booking element to their website. Now, this person had approached us because they wanted to be a franchise in Paris. But the only reason they wanted to be the franchise in Paris is so that they could use the booking technology. Now, if we had approved their application to be a franchisee in Paris, we know that all they would have concentrated on is their own website, which doesn't help us as a franchise unit. But we do know that we could integrate the booking technology directly onto their website. As you see, this is an event that Brian in Singapore has started to work with on a technology-only basis. And by using what's called an iframe, you'll see that the exhibitor, the organizer, has actually been able to embed the booking system within their website by using what's called an iframe. Now, there are other methods of doing this. We could use an API, which is an application protocol interface, or XML, which means that it's a bit of code that sits behind their website. We don't have that facility at the moment. We are developing that. It will be available in future. So at the moment, it's a direct link across, like we've been doing before, or it's an iframe. And hopefully very shortly we'll have the other functions. But it really allows it to sort of then sit on that website. So if you can imagine those hotel options sitting on this particular Paris hotel's website, and all they're looking to do is really feature a selection of nice hotels that suit their clients. but they want to be able to give them online booking functionality. And at the moment, they can't. They give them a page of information, but they link them directly to the hotel's own page. And we know that's a good way to lose business. So by integrating it, it's money well spent paying €2,500, which is what they've actually been quoted. And then they will pay a percentage for every booking that goes through. Now, some of our agents have already started to do this. Thanks for your questions, by the way. Please keep putting them down. I'd be happy to go through those shortly with you. This will be something that we discuss over a few different webinars over the next couple of weeks. I really want your feedback on this, and I'm happy to talk to you independently and personally, and there'll be more training for those who would like to get involved with this. This is not compulsory. This is not part of your franchise. However, it is a great opportunity for you to tie it together as a secondary product for your business development. So I'm quite happy to talk to you and discuss this privately as well. Okay, so the whole idea here is to interconnect it. I think you get the point. Very, very briefly, I have put an event demo site together, so it's hotels.tv/event demo, but you know all about this. But that just is a demo that you can use to be able to show some of your event organizers. I can even provide them a login. These people could test it and trial it before they even start with you. So we can give them a bit of a play around so they can have their own event demo login to do this. Hotels the same. We can allow a hotel to go in and actually do this. To give them that sort of access. But as I said before, you know, some of our agents, such as Brian in Singapore, he started testing the market and he's got some good contracts coming up with exhibition centers and also large events that have just needed the technology. And these people have the potential to do thousands of bookings over periods. We've got the website aspect. Also, Pervin in Kuala Lumpur, our Kuala Lumpur agent, is working with an event called Murfest, and they also want the technology, but they also want a partial service. So Pervin is actually working with them on a partial basis to provide a certain selection of negotiated rates on their behalf, but Murfest already has connections. So this, as you know, you get it occasionally where they've got conversations going already and rates with one hotel, but they'd like to bring 4 or 5 different hotels on. How do they manage that? Well, this is how they can manage it. You could do one contract to allow them to actually use the technology for their specific requirements with a hotel, and you could even do a normal event contract that's in our back-end system just for all the other hotels as well. So you can work with these events on a multiple level. There are a few other things I will go through, but let me take a couple of questions. The iframe link, his question here is it the same as just sending the URL link to them? Yeah, what happens on the iframe is this is for the organizer's technical department to do. This is not for you to do. The tech department simply embed an iframe themselves into their own website. We don't get involved in that. And in that, it's a little bit like embedding YouTube, where YouTube happens to appear on the page. So they embed that into their page and they actually put the link. We just supply them the link, you know, hotels.tv event. They find the event and it appears on their website. That's it. It's very, very simple. With the iframe, they can actually choose to eliminate certain aspects on the page which help personalize it. So they can block out the header and information and things like that. They're blocking out the agents list at the top, but shortly we'll have the ability to remove those and just have the hotels on their own specifically, a bit like white labeling, I guess, as well. Okay, I'll go back to the presentation. If there are any other questions, please just drop them in. I hope you're following this and it's fairly straightforward. Now, let's talk about the competition in the marketplace. Yeah, let's face it, with any good idea, with any opportunity, you're rarely alone, and that's, as we've always said, competition is also the sign, busy markets are the sign of a good market. So you have opportunity, you have people getting involved with these things. There are a couple of different agents around the world. Majority of these seem to be US based. The leader in the market is a company called Passkey. Now, Passkey have been going for quite some time, and they've had their technology going for several years. They're very US based, however. They've tried to enter Europe a little bit, but had issues with language and just the fragmented nature of each country, where it's not really a US approach to do that. But what they do is they provide their technology for groups. So their specific is groups or events. And they have very good technology. It's very corporate looking. So it's not overly attractive if you're putting together something like a party or a wedding or a fun type event. It's very corporate looking, but it is very good technology. They also have a two-way link which you can add on, so it becomes more expensive for a hotel or a group organizer to use, where it has that connectivity into the hotel's own property management system. And like I say, that is something we will be developing with that product over time. However, it's a little bit more difficult for us to do that, mainly because we're going to be focusing also on independent hotels, and every independent hotel has a different type of property management system. So although on one hand it's a disadvantage, it's a great advantage us entering into the independent hotel market, because that's where they really need this technology. And they're quite happy to accept an email booking, as we do at the moment, rather than just integrating directly into their property management system. But over time, we will develop the link that does that. So that will be an add-on subscription for these hotels to get involved with. So what Passkey do, they've signed up about 80% of Hyatt's group business across the US. Now, to give you an idea how big this market is, Passkey have done $100 million worth of bookings in the last 3 years. So that's a lot of bookings, because they're groups and event bookings specifically to these chains. And these are hotels like Intercontinental Group and Hyatt and all these other US-based resorts that have not got their own technology to book groups and events, as we've already discussed. So as a technology provider, this opens a great opportunity, as we've said before, with hotels, with group organizers, event organizers, meeting planners, convention centers, wedding planners, and it is also an income or a monetizing, revenue generating opportunity for these planners and agents to get involved with. So like I said, you could talk to a wedding planner who already works with a handful of hotels but doesn't have technology. So you're not cannibalizing your market, you're not losing business, but enable them to use the technology, enable them now to make 6 to 8% commission, 10% commission from a particular event, and we provide the technology. So I would have a look at that. Look up passkey.com, read a little bit about this particular event, and about what they do. Like I say, they're very US based. They were bought by a company called Lanyon about 18 months ago, which does event registration technology. So when you sign up for an event, very, very US based company, but they've really shown there's an opportunity. Now, I personally have had discussions with the vice president of Priceline, who own Booking.com, a guy called Glenn Fogel. I know him personally. I know Darren Houston, who is the CEO of Booking.com. I've discussed the technology option with them previously. Their response was fantastic. They loved what we were doing, and their view was that they saw an incredible opportunity in the marketplace regarding this technology. and they see that there is certainly room for many people in this marketplace. So that has actually come from probably the number one mergers and acquisitions person in the online space at the moment. He was personally responsible for buying Booking.com and Kayak and OpenTable, and these are the brands that Priceline actually own. So that's a great endorsement, not only for the product, but also for the space that this product is operating in this technology space. Okay, as far as the commission basis and so on, what I'm trying to put together at the moment is an opportunity for you to share in the upfront setup fee that these people will pay, and they'll pay it simply by bank transfer or credit card. There is a very basic agreement that, well, actually, it's not so basic. It's quite involved, and legally, it's quite sound as far as what they're getting, their payment, and also a full license agreement, including various confidentiality clauses that are contained in the agreement. This is what you would use as a license agreement for third parties. There is a presentation document also which talks about the product which you could forward to prospective clients. I've put down some of the hotels that we are already working with. And it's important to demonstrate that we are already active in this marketplace. So, okay, we may be new to licensing the technology out to these third parties, but we're certainly not new to using this technology ourselves, and for these hotels to be using it day in, day out, uploading rates and availability, connecting in with channel managers, all the other aspects, even using the affiliates. We can still give these people access to the affiliates if they have issues bringing further hotels on into their event. Once again, this is a negotiation that you can have with those particular organisers. So it goes through who it's suitable to. You can also highlight some of the events that we're already working with and have worked with in the past, and the categories in the past as well. And then we go through the pricing structure or what we're looking for. What I would do is suggest that in the early stages of you discussing this with third parties, if they do come back with an offer, a counter offer, or a suggestion, is that you come back to me directly and take that under advisement and just say to them, well, look, if we could do that for you, is that something that you would be interested in? Once again, there is as an aspect of training for those people that are interested in this, there is an aspect of training that we can go through just to help you sort of make the most of this opportunity as well. So we have some of that, those support documents for you, which we'll put up online. Let me just see. I might actually be able to drop these now. Just bear with me. I might be able to drop these into an area here. Yeah, I can. I've actually put these PDFs for you to have a look at into the handouts section. Clever technology, eh? So I put that into the handout section now, so that's available for you now to actually click on and download. So have a look at that handout section, and then you'll have a look at that technology license summary that I just showed you, and a copy of the license agreement. Okay, so I think that's about all we need to share at this particular point. Hopefully, it's loud and clear that we want to continue as we are. We're achieving some great successes and great events, and we should not waver from this opportunity that you've come into as a franchise of Hotels TV. There is a great need, and you need to continue adding value to your events and event organizers all over the world. It's still very, very relevant. Still many, many people that need your service, that want a local contact, that want to use the technology and don't want to get involved in negotiating any rates or availability. So that still continues as normal, and we're building and building in that particular area. However, for those that you are missing or where you see opportunities within your city, I would love you to get in contact with these people once you're actually really understanding the technology side and discussing a technology-only deal with them. I think this is a great way to increase revenue, where you'll get an upfront amount as soon as they sign up, as well as an ongoing commission from their event. But you'll also be spreading your network wider, and I really believe that will also result in your full service business that you'll then get, especially with those clients who decide that they need something last minute or want someone else to handle this for them. It's another way of you being able to open the doors. And also, as I said before, there's also third-party websites like Girls Guide to Paris, which are great opportunities. They don't have any booking technology. We've talked in the past, like in Amsterdam with the tourist board with Katie. These opportunities to supply a booking system to third-party website is huge out there. All these people would love something that they can manage better, that they can be more selective about the hotels that they use, and they can put the information they want to display. They don't just get a widget from booking.com or Late Rooms and it dumps on the page and they can't personalize anything. This is a very unique bit of software, bit of technology that they can actually use. The video is still involved in this. Video can be uploaded, and that's a massive advantage as well. And these are the things that in a training or sales training seminar that we could actually go through in more detail. And then, and the opportunity to then working with hotels is huge as well. And all the demo sites are actually on there on the screen too. So look, I really hope you found this interesting and inspiring. What I would suggest is that those who would like to be involved in this, we will need to do a separate license agreement to enable you to sell the technology only. So email me at harrison@hotels.tv or support@hotels.tv, and we can get you connected, get you trained in that particular area, and really, start you generating some revenue from the technology as well.